This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl.
It's time to get educated on your Second Amendment right. It's time to get locked and loaded with Gun Sports Radio. Your hosts, Dave Stahl and Lance Pelky, will teach you everything there is to know about firearms, self-defense, and the laws that affect your American right to own and bear arms. Now, here's your host, Dave Stahl and Lance Pelky.
So, hey, how you guys doing? Y'all ready for Christmas?
Oh, yeah. I am.
You are.
And it's the first night of Hanukkah, too.
Oh, is it really?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, in fact, Jason Austell wore the candles, what do you call that?
A menorah.
Menorah. He wore a menorah tie.
Oh, nice.
I said, I didn't know you're Jewish. He goes, no, I'm not. He just has a menorah. So, let me talk about, hey, folks, you may not know this, but you can now find all these shows on any of your favorite podcast platforms. It's totally simple. It's at gunsportsradio.com. That's gunsportsradio.com. And, by the way, don't forget to hang out. This is a 2-hour show now. Lance got so excited he just had to have a second hour.
That was me.
That would be you. Our sponsor for this hour are our great, great friends, Firearms Legal Protection. Go to Firearms Legal Protection. It is the best protection for self-defense. Check them out on their website and see why at firearmslegal.com. And if you're into remodeling, TDT Construction. Now, they sponsor our show. Okay, it's a remodeling. But you know what? They believe in their Second Amendment rights as well. So if you're looking for a kitchen remodel, a room addition, or maybe a whole house, TDT Construction does it all. Don't overpay. Give TDT a call first. 619-448-2353. 619-448-2353. Or you can go to their website at tdtbuild.com. That's tdtbuild.com. And remember, they are A-plus rated with the BBB. Now, you looking for a CCW? Well, let me tell you what, you might want to start looking really quick because it's getting crazy out there. And if you need to take a class in the San Diego area, and you want an Arizona or Florida or a multi-state CCW, visit ccwusa.com. ccwusa.com. They offer small class sizes, expert instructions to fit your schedule and your wallet. 3 classes every month. So check these guys out. January 11th, Friday, January 17th, and Saturday, January 25th. All starting at 8 a.m. Private lessons are available as well. Great dates and times to meet your busy schedule. Check their website for details on how to apply for your San Diego or other multi-state CCWs at ccwusa.com. That's www.ccwusa.com.
It's important to do business with other pro-Second Amendment folks.
Yes, it is.
So support our sponsors.
Absolutely. So this is normally roundtable, but we have a lovely lady in the building. Who do we have?
Well, we've got Judi Wells. She's doing a drive-by on us. Say hi, Judi.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, she's been known to do that.
Absolutely.
Very active and leader of the A Girl and a Gun.
Leader of the pack.
And where are you guys meeting now? Where does A Girl and a Gun meet now?
We meet at Discount Gun Mart on the second Tuesday of the month and the fourth Thursday, and we also have a trap league and a competition team.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
So are you hard to beat? Yeah.
Me personally?
Well, yeah.
No, not at all.
So Lance could beat you?
I don't know. Could you?
The 13-year-old girls beat me at the P2K all the time.
I wasn't going to say that.
Oh, it's true. It's a lot of fun, though.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? You make a good point. You know, shooting is fun. That's why we call it fun here on the radio show.
It's Gun Sports Radio. It's all about the fun.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't, when you say it to them, they kind of give you that, really? It's fun? Well, have you ever tried it?
I have that discussion with people that own guns, actually, that never take them out of the safe. The guns are a lot more fun if you take them out and shoot them.
Yeah. Am I supposed to take it out? Really? And we do have people, folks, in case your only excuse is finding somebody to clean them. But we know people, right?
Clean them?
Clean them?
Are you supposed to clean a gun?
Yeah, but I understand. I found out last week if you clean them too much, you can ruin them, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dave Chong brought that up, but a lot of people don't clean them. I mean, A lot of them, you just, I guess, you don't.
I was going to say, I don't know if anybody here is in danger of ruining their guns because we clean them too much. I think we're all safe.
Okay, so when's the last time you cleaned your gun?
But, the concealed carry, because you're carrying them all the time, they get gunk in them and stuff like that. I mean, that's probably a good idea to clean them once in a while.
Well, I would say once a month at least, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
Right?
No, once a month. Holy cow. If you're shooting once a month.
Oh, you have to shoot first to clean them? I didn't know that.
If you're not shooting it, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting, though. Some people do actually recommend that you clean your carry gun once a month. I was just reading that the other day, and Tom Givens is one of the legends in the firearms world, and that's what he says in his concealed carry book, that you should clean it once a month.
Once a month?
That was my reaction.
I mean, geez, you blink and a month goes by,
Well, it depends on where you carry it, too. I mean, if you carry it in a backpack or something like that, or in your pocket, but if you're carrying on your side or something like that, maybe not as much.
Yeah, and like I said, and I don't shoot that one once a month either. I mean, I try to shoot it probably every other month or something like that. But yeah, that's what he recommends. So I like actually, if you look at John Correa, the other end of the spectrum, he says, you don't have to clean them, but you do need to oil them.
Yeah.
So he just posted a picture of one of his carry gun actually that's dirty because he shoots it a lot, but he says as long as it's lubed up, it works fine.
Well, maybe who's the first guy that says once a month?
Tom Givens.
Is he sponsored by Hoppies?
You think?
Because guess what I'd say if I were sponsored by no.
And by the way, folks, Hoppies is a cleaning product to keep your firearm in spiffy condition.
So I've heard.
Well, you just want to, whatever, you want to make sure that it's going to work when you need it.
Well, you don't want it
That's
not
the bottom
work.
line.
You don't want it not to work when you need it the most, right?
Kind of like four-wheel drive verers all-wheel drive.
Yeah,
when you need four-wheel drive, you need four-wheel drive, not your computer telling you might need it.
Yeah, and that's true too. And it gets down to, I mean, all kidding aside with this stuff is really knowing your firearm and your gun. Different guns work differently or more susceptible to things than other ones. Like with the Glocks, for instance, they'll run fine if they're a little bit dirty. There's other guns that are a little more sensitive to that. So really understanding the gun that you're carrying is probably a good idea too.
Yeah.
How about girl with a gun? How often do you clean yours?
Well, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm out shooting 3-gun or running outside, it's going to get full of dust, right? So I clean those guns that I compete with quite a bit.
So you clean after each shoot, basically?
No, not after. I'm not that good.
Okay.
But
Lance does because he has people.
Lance takes his to the gun range San Diego.
That's what I said.
Just drops them off after every
shoot.
Other time or
20 it's still 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was still, all the powder was so corrosive still. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was really so if you didn't clean it after you used it, it'd start pitting. You'd get these little divots in your gun. It'd start rusting. So it was really bad. So you really truly had to keep them clean. 2020. But now that they have like modern powder and everything, it's probably not as important. But
but back in the day, I bet you really had to keep it clean.
Yeah, I remember a buddy of mine ruined his shotgun by
over cleaning it. Or?
No, I'll clean it tomorrow, and then it was just full of little rust divots. Which
I hate to tell you about that tomorrow thing.
Yeah,
and then you turn the key and the car don't start. Well, I was going to start it the other day. And you're talking
I'll tell you, if you live in Virginia, you should keep your guns clean right now.
Boy, no
everything
kidding.
That's going on.
Is that crazy?
Keep your powder dry and your guns clean.
Did you not think that was going to happen here first versus
Well, I don't know.
State?
And we're actually the next segment we're going to talk about it. And we're going to talk about exactly what's going on. I think there's some misconceptions as to what exactly is happening and what the resolutions mean and what a Second Amendment county, what all that means. So I brought an example of one of the resolutions that was passed, and we're gonna analyze the whole situation and talk about some of the good and some of the bad.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's new this week? Anything?
Well, we just finished up. Riverside had their Christmas party. Orange County had their Christmas party, and San Diego had their Christmas party.
You're just all Christmas out.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how Santa does it.
I don't know how Santa does it either.
But we had a great Riverside County gun owners had a great party last night. Bunch of prizes and all kinds of fun. And Orange County had it. I think it was last week Wednesday.
Yeah.
Up in Anaheim, and a bunch of people, and it's just really nice seeing people come together, and they're in their Christmas party clothes rather than their range clothes.
Right.
And a lot of prizes. And
how'd the San Diego one go? Unfortunately, I was out of town.
I thought it went great.
It went really well. It went really well. Well attended. A lot of people, political folks were there.
Yeah.
A lot of prizes.
Did you win anything?
A lot of wieners.
Did you win anything?
I didn't win anything, but a lot of nice prizes were donated.
Yeah, somebody,
really nice people.
Judi, who your friend walked away with an AR pistol.
Yeah, one of the women on my leadership team won the AR. She has never shot one, and she called me and she said, gave me her 10-day time.
So you're going shooting.
Take her with how to shoot. Show her to shoot.
So you talked her into letting you go too, so you can shoot it.
Yeah.
Without buying it.
Yeah.
And then you will buy it.
I'll teach her how to shoot it.
No, wait a minute.
Play.
I got this all.
And that way she's got to clean it.
No, yeah, but I got this all figured out. You're going to give your husband that great package of Newski sausages, and he'll have to get you an AR pistol. We got this
Agreed.
all figured out. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a whole lot more, folks. We're here for another hour and 45 minutes on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
FM 96.1 and AM 1170. The Answer.
All right, folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, do you know what the best defense for self-defense and those horrible new red flag laws? Firearms legal protection. Mike, Lance, Joe, and I, we use them. Firearms legal protection is the legal defense program for lawful gun owners with a 24/7 emergency hotline and plans designed specifically for the firearm owner. Talk to the good folks at Firearms Legal Protection today. That's Firearms Legal Protection at firearmslegal.com, or give them a call at 469-310-9100. That's 469-310-9100. And gun owners, be ready with a lawyer in your corner. California assault weapon laws makes it almost impossible to own an AR pattern rifle these days. What's the solution? Cali Key converts any mil-spec direct impingement AR platform rifle into a straight pull bolt action rifle, so it can have all the features without being considered an assault weapon. It's a true drop-in solution. No milling, no aesthetic modification, no turning off your gas system. Keeps your entire AR collection intact at a price you can afford. That's Cali Key at calikey.com, calikey.com. And if you're looking for home mortgages, did you know the interest rates have been dropping substantially? So if you're looking to buy, refi, or if you're considering a reverse mortgage, call a local mortgage guy that you can trust. That's Chris Wiley at PRMI Mortgage. For nearly 25 years, Chris has been helping local San Diegans with all their mortgage needs. Give Chris a call at 619-722-1303. That's 619-722-1303, or go to primeres.com/Alpine. All right. So, Michael?
So everybody's heard about what's going on with Virginia. Basically, we've talked about it. The election didn't go well for them at all. They elected a bunch of anti-gun folks, which has empowered their anti-gun governor. And there are 90, 100 counties in Virginia. Mm-hmm. So Virginia's maybe twice the size in population as San Diego. San Diego's got 3.5 million. Virginia's got now almost like 6 million, something like that. But they have twice as many counties. So there's a lot of local government. But what that means is that there are a lot of little tiny counties, a lot of little rural counties. And so the governor said, all right, my anti-gun friends won the election, so we're going to start passing some of the anti-gun stuff that we wanted to pass before. And this is all California stuff. We talked about it, assault weapon bans, magazine bans, background checks, bans on adults under 21 buying, all the stuff that we're used to here and hate in California. So after the election, after all this big announcement, they started passing these resolutions at the county level, all these different counties, to make the counties sanctuary counties, Second Amendment sanctuary counties. And this is something we've actually been looking at in San Diego for a while, looking at getting some of the cities in San Diego County to pass some kind of resolution. The city of Needles, which is right on the border, passed a resolution. And it wasn't so much that they were a sanctuary county, because there's some it's a little misleading. Needles passed a resolution basically saying, hey, we as a city, we're right on the border. Arizona doesn't have these horrible laws. California does have these horrible laws. We're dependent on Arizona, tourists coming over, and they don't want to come over. They're intimidated because they have these horrible gun laws that they could, you could get turned into a felon for doing something that's totally normal and totally legal in Arizona, not hurting anybody, just,
Right.
So they passed a resolution. Many people think that if you are a Second Amendment sanctuary county or city, that all of a sudden the gun laws disappear, or they're not enforced at all, or that it's the county saying, hey, our police force, our sheriff, they're not going to enforce these laws. So what I thought I'd do is I printed out one of the resolutions. Now, there are over 90 of these that have been passed because there are, like I said, 100, 110 counties, something like that. So I looked at as many as I possibly could find, and this is the most common. This one was actually passed in Stafford County, which is right smack dab in the middle of Virginia. And this resolution is very representative of the resolutions out there. If you found another resolution that another county passed and it's significantly different, I'm sorry, I missed that one. But it appears to me, by looking at, I looked at probably a couple dozen, that this is a basic, boilerplate resolution. So it starts out, and these resolutions, they kind of set the stage with these whereas. They kind of give the reason for the resolution, and then they actually, the second half, they talk about what's actually passed. So let's just go through this. So whereas, the first whereas is they talk about the Second Amendment to the United States. Basically saying, hey, Amendment 2 of the Constitution of the United States, well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms. So it just restates the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Their second whereas talks about Article 1, Section 13 of the Constitution of Virginia, which has an almost identical Second Amendment, well-regulated militia composed of the body of the people, trained to arms, the proper, natural, safe defense, et cetera, et cetera. So the first 2 points, it just says it's just restating the Second Amendment. It restates the right to keep and bear arms in the Virginia Constitution. The third, whereas the board is concerned that unconstitutional or unlawful legislation which infringes upon the rights of the citizens to keep and bear arms under the constitutions of Virginia and the United States, or which tendency to infringe upon, et cetera, et cetera. So it's basically saying, hey, we're concerned that some of these laws are unconstitutional. Great start. We're all concerned. But so far, it's just expressing concern. It's not actually a policy change. It's not actually any kind of public regulation change or anything like that. The next one is, whereas the board is concerned that unconstitutional or unlawful executive and administrative actions or enactments which infringe upon the rights of the citizens under the constitutions of Virginia and the U.S., or which have the tendency to infringe upon or place any additional burdens on the right of law-abiding citizens to keep and bear arms, may be or are being considered. So they're basically saying, hey, the state, the governor, and the legislatures are considering these laws. So it's restating the Second Amendment. It's saying that they don't support unconstitutional laws. And then it goes on to say, hey, we're concerned that some of these unconstitutional laws are being considered. Whereas the board desires to express its deep commitment to the rights of all citizens of Stafford County to keep and bear arms by standing as a sanctuary for Second Amendment rights and to stand in opposition within the limits of the Constitution of the United States and the Commonwealth of Virginia to any efforts to unconstitutionally or unlawfully restrict. So now it's actually saying, hey, look, we're opposed. Here's the Second Amendment. Here's what's being considered. We're opposed to that. So that's the setup. That's the context. So now the actual resolution, what's being resolved. So now, therefore, be it resolved by the Stafford County Board of Supervisors on this day, hereby does proclaim and declare Stafford County, Virginia, a Second Amendment sanctuary in which the rights of the citizens of Stafford County to keep and bear arms, as guaranteed by Amendment 2 of the Constitution of the United States and Article 1, Section 13 of the Constitution of Virginia, be upheld. So it's saying we're a sanctuary town, or county. Please uphold the rights that are protected. Be it further resolved that the board opposes all laws that would be unconscionably restrict the rights of citizens, et cetera, et cetera. Be it further resolved that the board implores the Virginia General Assembly, the United States Congress, and other agencies of the Commonwealth of Virginia and the United States government to preserve, uphold. So it's encouraging, hey, please, lawmakers, do not pass these unconstitutional laws. And be it still further resolved that the county administrator is authorized to forward a copy of this resolution to the county's elected representatives. So after this resolution has passed, which it passed 7-0, they're saying, hey, we're going to pass this along to the lawmakers. Now, that's it. That's the whole thing. So a lot of people think, well, gee, if you're in one of these Second Amendment counties, then you're safe. You can have any gun in any configuration. Any law that's passed doesn't apply to that county. And that's not true. And I think it's an important point. Now, I think some people would probably, hear this up to this point and think that this is a criticism, and it is by no means a criticism. Like I said, this is something we've been considering here in San Diego. The use of resolutions and cities and counties passing these resolutions, even though they're non-binding, even though they don't actually change the law, they're very, very important. In fact, one of our biggest victories, the CCW thing, people can now get CCWs in San Diego. A big part of that was because we authored and had passed a resolution in Santee, and that got the attention of the sheriff, and that started talks, and that's what really led to it. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. So please, everybody out there, put down your pitchforks and your torches. I'm not saying these resolutions are bad, but what I am saying is this ain't it. Like this doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah, this is not the answer.
And I've actually had a number of people say, hey, why don't we follow their lead? No, we don't want to follow their lead. In fact, I think in Virginia, they need to follow our lead. They need to start doing the things, because basically they were kind of caught with their pants down. They got a bunch of people got elected. A bunch of people ran unopposed and got elected. Now, Virginia, you guys need to do exactly what we've just started to do with San Diego County Gun Owners. You have to start organizing your community. You have to start electing the right people. You have to start raising money and volunteers to get those people elected.
They need a Virginia County Gun Owners is what they need.
Well, I think, and they have a state organization. It's kind of, like I said, they have 110 or whatever counties. But they need to organize in a manner and get the right people elected, because passing a sanctuary resolution doesn't solve a problem. Not complying with the law. The other thing is, I'm not going to comply, and folding your arms, and that doesn't solve any problems, and I'm not suggesting people comply with the law. I'm not suggesting that they don't comply with the law. If you don't comply with the law, that is your choice. I absolutely respect it. Just know you got to have about $30,000, $40,000 sitting in an account somewhere so you can pay an attorney, and you got to make sure that you're ready to possibly be a felon, because just not complying isn't activism. And that's the key to this thing. That's the secret is we have to have activism. We have to get the right people elected. Non-binding resolutions and simply not complying isn't going to solve the problem.
Nor is one person yelling going to do any good.
Not at all.
Got to be a group.
Amen.
All right, let's take a quick break, folks. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, have you been to A.O. Schwartz Firearms in El Cajon yet? Well, you need to get yourself over there. They have the widest selection of guns in San Diego County, with over 600 unique guns in stock, including hundreds of used guns. Go see their full-service, experienced gunsmith. You'll love it. They can do everything from mild repairs to full custom firearms. A.O. Schwartz Firearms Store is located at 929 East Main Street in the city of El Cajon. Go to their website at aosward.com or call them at 619-749-4867. Build, buy, or repair. A.O. Schwartz Firearms is your go-to place for all things firearms. That's aosward.com or call them at 619-749-4867. This segment is also sponsored by Gatsky, Dillon, and Balance, LLP. Go to www.cafirearmslaw.com. John Dillon normally calls in, but Michael Schwartz has got him so busy he can't even hardly see the light of day. But you can call them at 760-431-9501 with any and all gun questions or gun ownership questions. Or the best probably is cafirearmslaw.com. A lot of questions are answered right there on the website. So with that being said.
So let's just mention real quick what he's so busy with. You know, he's filing an injunction for the assault weapons ban. So he's trying to get the assault weapons ban in California injuncted. Is that how you say that? That's why I'm not an attorney.
Is that the Miller case?
Yes.
Yeah. I guess the DOJ's trying to put a stay or a hold on the Miller case.
Yeah.
So he's fighting that.
Yes. So he's not just, tending to his garden. He's deal. Right now, as we speak, fighting hard to try to get this assault weapons ban.
That's a big deal.
Gone.
Wow.
I wanted to give him a shout out because the guy's extremely hard worker. Really is. Big supporter of San Diego County.
What other one is he working on besides the Miller case?
Jones. The Jones case stops. So there's a law.
21-year-old.
Yeah, if you're an adult under 21, you can't buy a gun. So he is working on that. The Jones case.
Yeah, another fabulous one. And was there a third one?
Those are the two big ones that he's working on right now. He's got some other criminal stuff that he defends people. And
But those two cases are really good for us.
Excellent.
Yeah, they're really good for us. So that's really good.
Like I said, hardworking guy, fantastic firm, Gatsky, Dillon, and Balance. I get, I'll tell you guys, I get emails, texts, messages, phone calls weekly. People that need an attorney for that has to do with firearms. It could be a lot of things. It could be a law that they didn't even know they were breaking because of the ridiculous laws here in California. And it's always, hey, here's John Dillon's number. I mean, the guy's, it's such an important thing right now.
Yeah, we're lucky to have him here.
We really are.
Well, speaking of that, we have our guest here. We've got Judi Wells. And so, and she and I are sharing a microphone. So
we are.
And so, what are we talking about today, Judi? What would you like to talk about? Well, actually, earlier. Oh, here I get this one. So earlier we were talking about like tough subjects like stalkers and things like that. Huh?
We were.
Oh.
So I was real curious about how one would go about getting the CCW, even though we talk about that a lot. I think that there are still many people out there who don't quite understand the process, specifically when there's a stalker involved that has just been actually arrested for a really terrible crime.
That's crazy. Okay, so first off, any general questions about CCWs, go to our website, SanDiegoCountyGunOwners.com/CCW. So just go to our website and then add /CCW to the end of it. There's also a big blue button that says CCW on it. We have a 12-minute video that walks you through the process. We have a good cause worksheet that walks you through how to write your good cause. We have sample good causes. We have all kinds of resources there. Plus, if you go on our calendar, if that's not enough, go on our calendar, and we have, what, Joe, 6 times a month?
At least, between 6 and 8.
6 to 8 times a month, we teach a class.
We do concealed carry workshops where we walk you through the entire process. It takes about an hour and a half. And we start with, again, the good cause statements. We talk about the appointments, the whole process you go through with the sheriffs, the required training. We go through the whole thing for an hour and a half. So
and most, I think the most expensive one is like $20. Some of them are free, some of them are like $20, and they give you that back in store credit. So this is not financially prohibitive. Nobody's making any money on these classes.
That's right. So we do them around the county. Yeah, we do them around the county to make it convenient. I know, like I do a couple of them at Poway Weapons and Gear. They run them at Discount Gun Mart.
Yep. North County Shooting Center, Glock Store. Defensive Tactics and Firearms. Check out our calendar. We've even run them up at the North County Veterans Association, the Advance it's called. We do them all over the place. But here's the important part of your question, Judi. We've sent a ton of people through, so there's a big kind of a backlog that they're working through. Of people that are just generally need a CCW, that sort of thing. So sometimes it comes up. Hey, I have a dire need right now. It's an urgent need. So what that person needs to do is they need to contact the sheriff's department and tell them, hey, I have a restraining order against somebody. I have, I have a police report. I'm in need right now, this very second. And they will push you to the head of the line. Usually, I can't guarantee that because I'm not the sheriff's department, but I've seen instances where they call up and say, hey, you're giving me a date in July. I need this now. So they'll push them to the head of the line if there's some kind of immediate need. And by the way, every one of us, who's in line for a CCW are happy to get out of the way for somebody that has some kind of dire need like that. So, head of the line privileges. One thing I've considered is, and then you just need to be persistent when they talk to the clerk, like, hey, clerk, I have a
this woman
order.
has proof with voice messages and text messages of how, and like I said, it was in the papers that he was arrested for.
It's in the papers he was arrested. He's stalking. Yeah. Is there a restraining order involved?
No, because that's another question I have. I was going to actually ask John is that a lot of times people will say, get your restraining order now. But one of the parts of a restraining order is that you have to tell the person where he has to stay away from. So basically, if he doesn't know where his victim is or the person he's stalking is, and you have to say you have to stay away from 326 Maple Street, then now they know where that person is that they're looking for. So I have mixed feelings about that. So
I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. I'm definitely not John Dillon. But my experience with restraining orders is they can work through that. Has this person gone down to the courthouse and filed?
No, nothing's happened yet.
I would highly recommend they go down to the courthouse tomorrow morning. 8 a.m. Go down to the courthouse in downtown San Diego. Tell them, hey, I need to file a temporary restraining order. You'll write it up right there. The judge will, decide right then and there, and you'll have a temporary. You pay an extra couple bucks, and law enforcement will actually serve this person with a restraining order. Highly recommend that. But they'll work through issues like you just described on the spot. But I really think this is something we've been talking about. I would like to work with the district attorney's office and the sheriff's office. Could you imagine if somebody goes down and says, hey, I'm filing a restraining order. I have a stalker. I have someone that's threatening me, that sort of thing. Could you imagine if they just got automatically fast-tracked to a CCW, or at least were given that option?
I think that would be really good. This woman is going to get trained now. That's another concern that I have, is that these people who come to you when they have proof that there's a stalker or something happening and they have no training, then they have to fast track their training as well, which we've made arrangements for. So you guys do that kind of training, right? A girl and a gun? We do a girl and a gun. Yeah, we definitely do. But we're not set up so that if the stalking incident happens and they need to be trained right away, I've arranged for this person to have a week of solid training so that she can get geared up and prepared quickly and have the mindset for, there's so much more that goes into it. Situational awareness and understanding how to change your behavior so that your stalker doesn't know where you are all the time. There's a lot. I could talk about that forever. All the things that you could change in order to keep yourself safe, that if you've never been in this world of fear, you don't ever think about. You go out the same way to your car from work every day. Yeah. Well, now I said to her, you cannot do that. You have to have someone. You need to move your car. You have to always be accompanied. There's a million things that women can do to be safe.
Because that piece of paper does nothing.
I'm
sorry.
Right
it does nothing.
Right.
And people that rely on that, that's a bad.
Did she at least have pepper spray? I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of pepper spray.
As long as you train with it, because it can blow right back. And the problem is, in this instance, this person the problem guy, is a big drug addict. And so he's got all that drug power behind him and that adrenaline. Yeah. And if he would tackle her through grenades.
Right.
Well, if you ask anybody that installs security systems.
Yeah, they have a security system.
What's the most popular day people get a security system installed?
The day after.
The day after they got robbed. So, we try to reach out, and I know you guys do a great job of reaching out to as many women as you possibly can and say, hey, now's the time. Don't wait till there's a problem. Now's the time.
Mm-hmm. And it's always best to be prepared. And, at a Girl and a Gun, we always say, be your own first responder. You can't wait for someone to respond for you because, 2 minutes or 30 seconds is about 10 seconds. 10 seconds, bad stuff can happen. And if it takes the police 30 seconds or 5 minutes or 11 minutes to respond,
not good.
That's right. Their average response is 7 or 8 minutes, and the average response time of a CCW holder is under 2 seconds.
Right.
If you're good.
Yeah, I'm encouraging her and all the women in A Girl and a Gun to train. And actually, there's also Not Me SD, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That they can.
Yep. We're happy to help. Check out our website. Check out the CCW part of our website. Check out A Girl and a Gun. But if you're in some kind of dire situation and you need a CCW, let the clerks know. They'll walk you through it. They'll help. And if that doesn't work, call us.
And if not, come see me. I got a Rottweiler about 130 pounds. He will be happy to eat that person. No problem. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Folks, hey, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Sports Radio right here on FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, do you know what the best defense for self-defense is in those horrible new red flag laws? Firearms Legal Protection. Mike, Lance, Joe, and I, we use them. Firearms Legal Protection is a legal defense program that for lawful gun owners with a 24/7 emergency hotline with plans designed specifically for the firearm owner. Talk to the good folks at Firearms Legal Protection today. That's Firearms Legal Protection at firearmslegal.com or call at 469-310-9100, 469-310-9100. That's firearmslegal.com. Gun owners, be ready with lawyers in your corner. Hey, are you looking for private individual CCW training classes tailored to you? Well, John Groff has been providing individual CCW training classes for first-timers and people renewing their permits for years. John can arrange a time to fit your schedule and an affordable price, calming professional demeanor. Give John a call at 619-933-4368. That's 619-933-4368. Or you can just take a run down to Gun Range San Diego, and I'll bet you John Groff will be sitting there waiting for you. Hey, this segment is sponsored by the Gun Range San Diego, the Nordstroms of gun ranges, just not the price. 7853 Balboa Avenue, San Diego, 10 to 10, 7 days a week. Go to thegunrangesandiego.com, thegunrangesandiego.com. And you're probably wondering why I call it the Nordstroms of gun ranges. If you've ever been to Nordstrom's, it's all about customer service.
I was there this morning, and I was at Gun Range San Diego this afternoon.
And it compared.
I'm telling you, man.
I know.
And that gun range was full of people buying stuff.
I bet there, and I bet you Casey can tell us all about it.
Casey on the line?
Well, it's Jason today. How's
Jason!
Jason!
It's me, surprise.
I got you, man. Hey, good to have you on your show, man. What's up?
Yeah. Not much. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, thanks.
We're good.
Having a ball.
Great. Yeah, it was good to see you, Lance. It was great to see you.
Always good to see you, my friend. Sorry to catch you at lunchtime.
No way. So, let's see. Casey told me, he's a little busy right now, but Casey told me that we're going to talk about some full-size guns for concealed carry.
Yeah, so the CCW full-size, like Joe's Glock
stuff.
34 or something.
Big stuff. Okay,
that's a full-size handgun.
A lot of good options. Of course, San Diego, you're going to have to use not very cold here, but a jacket is going to be the best way to go. If you are going to carry something bigger like that, Glock 34 is one good option. I personally prefer, something slimmer like a 1911 or a
like
CZ75.
my TRP operator, full rail.
That would be a great gun, as long as you don't. Yeah, you just got to have a good holster for it. Most full-size guns. Yeah, most full-size guns aren't good for inside the waistband stuff. Outside the waistband is probably what we're going to go with, or small of back carry. Going to need a jacket of some kind, but yeah, Glock 34, CZ75s. I like 1911s, and even a couple revolvers would be pretty good too.
Yeah, gotcha. And then, what about carrying that extra magazine?
Extra magazine can go in an inner pocket, something like that. Something that doesn't print. I'd have to recommend a thinner guy like me is going to have to wear kind of a jacket. You can carry a mag in there, provided, of course, you can legally concealed carry. But shoulder holster is always an option, kind of classy, Miami Vice kind of deal. But yeah, that's the way to go for full size carry.
See, Jason, you thinner guys need to bulk up a little bit, so you got a little more room to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had I picked up a holster. I was talking about leather holsters and things a while ago because it's part of the hobby now. So I'm having fun playing around with those. But I've got a Ruger GP100 with a 4-inch barrel on it, which is not really a concealed carry gun. But I do have it on my permit, and I was envisioning the times when I spend hiking up in the mountains and things would be a good time to carry that. And I've got a leather holster with it, and it's an outside the waistband holster, and it rides higher, so that even though the gun's bigger, it's got the longer barrel, because the holster rides a little bit higher. You can get away with a shirt, a flannel shirt, or something like that over it, or a light jacket, but But it works. It's interesting. There's a lot of different ways to play around with that.
Yeah, definitely. Revolver is perfect. My preference is a revolver. It's just me personally, but perfect mountain guns. You get the versatility of 357 Magnum or 38 Plus P or 38 Special, just for cheaper target practice. I love them, and GP100 will outlive anybody who owns it.
Yeah, and like all my guns too. All my guns shoot better than I do. So
so me too.
Stuff to work up to.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Well, and it's good to have that, as you mentioned, Joe, a larger, pistol on your CCW. I mean, sometimes they're hard to carry, but you're right. If you're out in out in hiking or whatever the case may be in the mountains, it's nice to have something like that.
Well, that's what I was saying. In my case, it was an excuse to use my cool new leather holsters.
Nice.
That's what I was doing.
The ride's too high.
It is cool too. He showed it to me today. It looks cool.
Are you getting one
for leather?
Are you getting one, or is that a Christmas?
Yeah, I know. So Santa's listening.
Yeah, I'm sure Santa is listening.
And so what else you guys have down there? Anything on special?
Yeah, for Christmas holidays.
Come on up. I know you blew it out for
Christmas stuff. Oh, we had a fantastic sale. It was great. Still got other stuff going on right now. We got some Springfield rifles and pistols on sale. Black rifles, of course, AR-15s, AKs. All you got to do is ask us for a holiday special, and we will do something for you. Other than that, that's what we got going on right now.
I see you've got a lot of different long guns down there, and people are really looking at shotguns and all kinds of stuff nowadays. The AR-15, a lot of people loaded up on those, which are of course fun to shoot. But we're seeing people buy a lot of different other types of rifles now.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely been a sort of a greater resurgence into the more manual action guns again, the lever actions, revolvers, bolt actions, things like that.
Well, Jason, I bought my. I've got a lever action, and I've got an 1873 Winchester.
Very cool.
From Uberti, actually, and I bought it from you guys, and it's just a blast. Everybody told me how much fun the lever guns would be. And when I finally got it and actually used it, everybody was really correct. It was just outstanding. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That's kind of something about lever rifles, bolt action rifles. Something about it. It's almost like driving stick. It's just more visceral. It's kind of more fun to me. There's something about it. I can't really explain it other than that. It's like driving stick. That's
a good analogy. Thank you very much.
What caliber was that one you got, Joe?
The one I got, the 1873, I got it in, it's 357 or 38 Special.
Oh, that's great.
And and I got it because, I don't really hunt, so I didn't need the big, I didn't need a 30-30 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
you wanted one, though.
Well, and it being a replica, I was trying to go with a tradition, and then I was looking at the time. I didn't have a 45, so I was thinking, they're more expensive. The ammo's more expensive, so I thought, well, let me go with the 357. I could shoot 38 specials through it, and and it's great, and it's just really accurate with just the iron sights on it.
Yep.
It's just a great gun.
How many does it hold? 10.
It holds a little bit more. I think it holds 12 in there altogether. I just load it to 10 when I use it, but it's beautiful. Out to, I was hitting those little sporting clays we had stuck up on a berm, and I was hitting those at 100 yards with with just the iron sight, and that was all the rifle. That wasn't me. But,
you need to borrow him.
But it was great.
Judy,
that's terrific.
You need to borrow him. 100 yards, we could take care of the problem.
All right, man. So you're winding it up for the year then over there, Jason, right?
Yep.
Just about, yep. We've got a lot of guns sold, and we're just kind of getting ready for next year.
Can you believe it's going to be Christmas already?
Don't even get me started.
Christmas
right.
And 2020. Yeah, Christmas, and it's going to be 2020. That just blows me away.
Yeah, what a year. What a year. Well, that's great. Folks can get their Christmas shopping done 10 to 10 down at Gun Range San Diego and Balboa.
So now you're going to be open the day before Christmas and the day after. You're actually broke down and shut the doors for a day, huh?
We did, yeah. We'll also be closing a little early, about 5 o'clock on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, that's cool.
Closed on Christmas, but absolutely, anytime. Come on by. We're going to help you out, of course, to the best of our ability. Any questions at all, or if you just want to gab about guns, that's totally cool.
Well, plus you guys have some cool stuff for, sort of people if they want to get last minute stuff too. What do you get, for your husband or whatever the case may be? Just drop by the Gun Range San Diego. Gift cards.
Yeah, gift cards, accessories, shirts, hats.
Or your wife.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Or your wife.
Merchandise.
There we go. Judy's going to pipe in on that. Of course, naturally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got my husband a great gift.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I tell you what. Hey, just out of curiosity, since we have a couple of seconds left, kind of talk to us a little bit about the club and how you can join Gun Range San Diego.
Well, we have a few different memberships, but the two most prolific ones, the bronze membership, $275 a year. Shoot for free for a whole year. You can come every single day if you like, and a lot of people do. Worth it right off the bat.
$275 for a year?
For a year, that's right. If you come twice a month, you pretty much already paid for itself.
Yeah, I was going to say, Lance does that in a week.
Yeah. You also get a 5% discount off merchandise. Now, the gold membership, it's $550 a year for the gold membership, but you're free. One guest is free every single time you come. Rentals, about half the rentals are made free. It's all the basic rentals are free. All the other rentals are $10 off. It cuts most of those rentals in half price-wise. You also get 2 free gun cleanings a month. You just get a ton of stuff. You get a good time. You even get front-of-line privileges for that gold membership.
Yeah, that's really worth it. And I tell you, as you guys know, the gun cleaning is a big deal to me. So you get 2 free of those a month, and just drop them off.
Yeah.
Just do a drive-by on them, drop them off, and
that's awesome.
Pick them up.
We'll go and shoot a little bit first, then drop them off.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
You got to get them out and shoot them. Well, anyway, love having you on, my friend.
Absolutely. And it's been a fun year. Can you believe it's already been a year?
That's crazy. Every time.
All right. Well, you have a very, very Merry Christmas, you, your family, and tell everybody at the gun range that Gun Sports Radio wishes them a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a prosperous New Year.
You too, Dave and Lance. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Have a good, safe time.
All right, buddy. Well, there's still more time, folks. He doesn't close till 10 o'clock, so don't make it sound like he's going home.
Right, he's going to be there. Plus, we have a second hour coming up.
Yes, we do. Don't you dare touch that dial. We got Judi Wells here. I'll come get you. That's the last thing you want, folks. I'll have her on your bad side. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Come back. Second hour. Don't touch that dial. FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl.